Yo, welcome back. I fixed the GoPro, I think it was just because it was too cold. Previous video, it was a bit chop and change. I had to delete so much footage because it froze, and you could get was my voice with my face going. So yeah, today's video, electrical related slightly. I'm trying to bring it to be electrical related slightly, so some of you guys would find it interesting. I've been collecting old Fuseboards for quite a while. This is literally a drop of what I've got. At some point, the really good condition ones I'm actually going to put on the wall somewhere and just do a little run through for apprentices. You know, what type of age board they are, when they were installed, you know, how neat and nice they were to start with. Obviously the wooden back ones, and went to plastic, and then for some reason they went to metal, then went back to plastic, and now it's back to metal. So yeah, anyway, so purpose of today's video, I'm going to use the furnace again. Why not? I've had a few ideas to do. We're going to extract as much metal as we can out of these old boards, see how much copper, how much brass, out of the screw terminals as well. Pretty sure that's tin or zinc, which are the screws, so they'll be melted down separately. So, excuse me. So I'm going to rip all these apart, try and take everything apart, because I'm not going to smelt the metal together. Obviously I'll do brass together, copper together, and if there's anything else I'll do that, but I think screw wise they'll end up just going in the recycling bin, to be honest. So yeah, drop a like if you haven't already, and let's get to it. And hopefully you enjoy these type of videos. I've got a lot of positive feedback from it, which is cool. I'm struggling to film on site at the moment with all the stuff going on. You know, we've just got to be as careful as we can. We want to get in someone's house and out as quick as possible, being as safe as possible, and most of the time it means not having a camera waving around. So hope you can appreciate why I'm trying to do as much stuff in here at the moment as possible. Before I run through these, I've got my 3D printer here now, and I've had this for years. My brother's done me a few things with it. It's just been living at his for the past couple of months because I've had no room for it. But now it's here, at least I can get some stuff printed off. At the moment I'm actually printing off, if any of you lot play the game Fallout, the Fallout coin. So hopefully I'm going to do that as a mould to then cast into. Not with this video, it's going to be on the other channel I think, because it's not really electrical related at all. And also I'm going to do my YouTube. My other half of my brother made this for me for Christmas when I hit 30,000 subscribers, which is ace, it's really nice. But let's see if we can cast it out copper. That's another thing, so that'll be another video. This channel, next channel, I don't know yet. So running through with this. So these were installed, give or take, 40 to 50 years ago. Some have been slightly upgraded, which are these ones. If you haven't seen these before, these were manufactured as a resettable fuse, which are very tight in there. There's a trip switch, upgraded from the rewirable ones, and any sparks out there knowing that these are all 15 amp, which means this was an old storage heater board. This one here, this one was fitted in 88. Which was the storage heater board again, which you can clearly see from the label. That was one I took out the other day from the last video. Sorry, I've not opened these up for yonks. That would have been loads of 30s, probably a storage heater board as well. And this was an old shower. So I'm going to get all the lids off. All this stuff that I'm going to be chucking away, it will be recycled. It's all plastic, can go in the recycling bin. I'll be keeping the breakers as spare, even though I've got a billion of these now. These are always handy for every now and then. Put all that away, and then I'll set up, once we've taken the backs off, and start stripping down the copper and the brass. so that took absolutely ages. Ended up using the Bosch Go because it just took ages. So there's our wooden plastic, screws, plastic, breakers, inserts, all that sort of stuff. So as much of the plastic I'm going to do is recycle. So brass wise, what we've got, and copper. So I've sliced it down a bit. I've even took out to the point where we've got a couple of brass screws in there. They are solid brass. I've sanded one down to make sure the internals was brass. Same as the copper. The bit that was pop riveted across, I've drilled out. And on top of it, we've even got copper springs. So just to zero that out, there's an empty one. Copper wise, we have 651 gram. Brass, 1.167 kilos. So that should be interesting. I can't even count how many boards we had. 5 boards, was it? I mean, one was a little diddly one. So we'll get the doors open like I did on the last video. Open the front, open the back, respirator, gloves, all the health and safety stuff as possible. We'll get the furnace lit up. We'll do the copper first because obviously I've melted copper before, and then we'll do the brass afterwards and find out the melting point of brass because I don't know. That's 1085 degrees. Not sure about brass. I think it's lower, but we'll get set up and then we'll get some pouring done. Right, we'll do copper first. Sprinkle on the top. Right, I got a few tips as well. People were telling me as well, stick a bit of cardboard on top of the fire brick, which will stop it from sticking. So thank you for that. Put the lid on. Right, I'll go and stick some health and safety stuff on. My gloves, tongs, everything like that. And we'll get it sparked up. Right, well that's roaring away in there. What I have done is taken people's advice with moulding. So the next video won't be on this channel, but on the channel. I tried moulding, if you've seen it. I attempted to mould the other day the ingots with my logo on, very badly. People say you need to sieve it down, you need to get different textures. So I've sieved all that stuff down to be top coat, second coat, and I bought some builder's sand over there to do a third coat. Pat it down properly. I've got talcum powder. The only thing I haven't got is flux. People say if you pour a bit of flux in with it. Equally, the advice people gave me about the graphite moulds that I'm going to be using. I've been heating it up to get rid of the moisture, but a lot of people said really, really heat it up, and then that will help you get rid of the air bubbles that are on some of the things. So this is the first one I have made. So see the indentations. Apparently, if I really, really heat the mould up as hot as I can to a point, I think that will stop that happening as much as possible. So fingers crossed it's going to work. So I'll probably catch you back in about 15 minutes when it's getting up to temperature. We'll stick my gloves on and then we'll do a pause. Right, it's fully melted now. It's been about 22 minutes. I'm just going to get the mould up on there, get that nice and hot, and then we'll do some pouring. Loads of hole in that one. And we have it. Yeah, start. Right, so while that's on, and this is still warm, so we get the brass chucked in as well, get that heated up while we have a quick look at the copper bar. Brass is nearly done. Just scooped out a bit of the slag that's on top. That's heating up, so we'll get this turned off, get it poured in a minute and see what it looks like. Right. That's so cool. So with the copper one, there was going to be a bit of they call it slag. It's the residue that's not pure copper that'll float to the top like any other metallics that are on it, or oils or stuff like that. But definitely heating up the bed has worked a lot more for the tiger stripes compared to the last one. Got a bit of a bubble here, but unfortunately we have got some hollow spots that are all traveling straight through to the front, which you can see here. All in all, it's a nice heavy brick. I'll weigh that in a second. And then this is the first time I've ever done a brass one. Look at that. So obviously that was the mold where it was poured flat. We can sand that down in a little bit, but that's got a bit of weight to it as well. So if I just weigh them, so the brass is coming out at 854, so that has lost quite a lot of bit because I did actually remove quite a lot of the stuff off the top. So that was a kilo, 1,100 something, and the copper itself, 655. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'll give these a bit of a sanding and a polish to the best of my ability. And more I do it, the better and better I am getting. I'm gonna have to get myself something to collect all the dust. I'm gonna set my Hoover up. I've got a mask on obviously, but there is a heck of a lot of airborne, well, fine materials. I'm trying to, as best I can, keep some of the sanding, some of the dust that comes off it, because obviously you can smell that, and I've watched a few guys, a lot of people did say go to Big Stack Casting, which I'd already been on and seen. He's a great guy, a lot of cool stuff. So I'll get that done. I'll jump to the end, but also as well, I've started having a play with the epoxy resin. So I did it on a bit of scaffold board the other day and didn't realise how strong it was, and ended up snapping it because it leaked down and it got stuck to the other board, which is here. I can't remove that. But I'm going to do a few videos obviously on my other channel, but I want to do this incorporated into this channel. So let me know below, is that what can I use epoxy resin for that you guys will find interesting to be electrical related. Right, I genuinely think that was worth it. I've made a mess as usual, and yeah, cool. And this is what we're left with. So this is our brass one. And that is super cool. And then our copper one, there's the hole, you can see all the way through the center. So that bit flaked out, but I'm not treated it on the back, I'm just doing it on the front. But yeah, getting better with my sanding and polishing, it just takes a while. And obviously I've never done a brass one before, so you can sit on the side. Very cool. Yeah, scrap value for these is barely nothing. That's not even £3, I don't think. And I think brass is worth even less, to be honest. And then there's my Fallout coin. The writing on there is a bit naff, but we'll give it a go anyway. But I've got a few more things printed off. And yeah, at the end of this video, I'm going to try and do some more stuff. Like I say, I've never really seen anyone take loads of fuse boards apart and see how much metal. So that's how much metal you get from 5 old fuse boards. Bit of brass, bit of copper, and a bit of something else, whatever the screws were, which I've not melted down. And I'm going to start doing this bit by bit by bit with some old switches, some old stuff, and go forward. Let me know what I can do with the epoxy resin, electrical wise. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just, it's great fun, isn't it? Right, I'll see you soon.